Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Capital. And we'll start this show checking out the Detroit River as the Great Lakes freighter makes its way downstream, down the Detroit River. And it just cleared the grassy island. And the city of Wyandott's down there. And right in the foreground, well, past these geese, is Mud Island, just a small island. I'll show the phone and we'll get our bearings. It's a wildlife refuge. But yeah, Detroit River, what a nice natural resource. I've enjoyed coming here and checking out John Dingle Park. DET.com is the website. Okay, here's looking at my phone. So we're looking downriver. That's Grassy Island. You see, okay, well, it's not marked, but yeah, that's a little bit of a distance down there. But I live in Dearborn Heights, and we don't have any Great Lakes freighters flowing through my neighborhood. So, when I get the chance, I got the time. I'm kind of like semi-retired now, so these kind of moments when you can catch a boat going by, I'll take a deep breath and say, yeah, I'll watch it for a little bit. So bear with me. Not everybody's into freighters, I know. Here, Mud Island again. There you see it on the phone. This MapQuest thing, or Google Maps, is awesome. I like the old school maps that you'd fold up and stuff, and you could never get them back the same way they unfolded, kind of thing. But yeah, I grew up on those maps, but I have to admit, having it on your phone, how convenient is that? Technology, yeah, it works. So, a lot of pleasure craft. I've been showing some of the action on the Detroit River the last few weeks, and there's a lot of fishermen out there because the walleye are running. And on any given day, if the weather's nice, there's any number of people that are ready to hop on their boat and head out to the Detroit River and do a little fishing. This is a beautiful park. I can see myself coming here more and more often. Here are some of the homes in Ecorse. It's nothing to sneeze at. Ecorse is like the poor man's version of Wyandotte. Wyandott's kind of fiercely independent. They do their own thing and whatnot. I get it. It's kind of cool. But they're a little pricey. Ecorse is certainly more affordable. Here's some pleasure craft going by. At one time, Michigan had the most registered boats in the country. And you could say, hey, well, what about Florida or California? And I think we've been past. We're no longer number one. I'm not sure where we're there. I think Florida might have passed us. And there's a lot of upscale and high-end boats in Florida, and certainly California too, and New York even. But in Michigan, the boats that are registered are a lot of the fishing boats, the pleasure craft, just taking the family and kids out on an outing kind of thing. So the smaller version. This certainly is a bigger version here, a Great Lakes freighter. But yeah, lucky enough, another one slipped by here and I was able to catch it. My timing was impeccable on this particular day. Look at the nice dock area here they have on the park. And spring has sprung. This tree is getting all green and stuff, which is cool. And then there's a tree next door here that hasn't done its thing yet. Maybe it's a late bloomer. We got some of the purple trees going. And they have a war memorial there where the U.S. flag. And hopefully we're all proud to be American. That would be a good thing. Here the freighter is slipping by behind Mud Island, but just before Grassy Island. There's a little marker there too. I don't know if that constitutes as a like a mini lighthouse or something. You can see the blinking light. Maybe it's just considered a marker. I'm not sure how they work all that. I've done Motor Capital for several years now, but really never, I mean, I pay attention to the Detroit River, but just kind of like this year, I had a big kick on checking the Detroit River action out and stuff, and what an asset the river is for sure. It's awesome. There's eagles that hang out on Mud Island, and the locals will tell you, like, come early in the morning when the sun is rising and the way the sunlight hits the water. Maybe the eagles can see where the fish are and they dive bomb for the fish. I'm not sure how that all works, but how cool is that to check out eagles? And oh, here's Calder Dairy. This is like my one. Well, I have a few indulgences and stuff, but chocolate milk. I love chocolate milk, and I get it here at Calder Dairy. Half gallon, $4.51 with the tax. I make it an even $5, but it's good stuff. It's just that's got cholesterol and whatnot. I gotta watch all that now. I'm getting older, so but it's an indulgence I can live with. You're gonna die of something, right? Here, my bear seems hardly amused at the snowfall here. The squirrels and the birds are okay with it. I always keep an eye on my feeder. This place is doing a hell of a business, and that's a they got good food and good prices. They are knock your socks off. They're just they're doing real well. The food's great. All right, well, yeah, well, in the news, this reminded me a lot of like the O.J. Simpson trial, which was quite a few years back already and stuff. But yeah, the black folk maybe were happy when O.J. Simpson got acquitted. In this case, they were quite happy, as I was too, that the verdict was correct. I mean, it's hard to deny what you see with your own eyes. And that video, kudos to that young teenage girl. She's 18. Well, she's still a teenager. She's either 18 or 19. But to do that with the cell phone, that's a game changer too. The high technology that you have, those things with the cell phone, people aren't going to get away with murder like they did in the past. So even the white supremacists probably had difficulty with this one. I just pictured myself with somebody having their knee on my neck for that long, and I was kind of wondering what the point of all that was. Why it was like 3 people in a takedown and 1 person watching. Why? I don't know. For 9 minutes? I don't know. The video just was hard. So he didn't get away with murder, but we'll see what the judge says. And boy, we're still dealing with race issues for sure in the good old U.S. of A. But you'll be better off if you can look beyond the color of someone's skin. Oh, jeez. Well, we have a ways to go. People just, are always looking for scapegoats or for people to their problems pointing and say it's someone else's issue to deal with. But anyways, all the news channels were covering it. It was certainly a big story. All right, well, later in the night, and I get up at all hours, it's no big thing, but I wanted to see the snow. It was certainly a newsworthy event, and the news stations covered it, so we knew well in advance that we were going to get snow. But it's just always kind of neat at various times to catch, how the snow is doing its thing, and it's unusual, certainly, to have a good, decent-sized snowfall in April, but not unheard of. We had snow on opening day for Tigers, and I can attest to the fact that In my lifetime, that's probably happened a half dozen times, if not more. It's just, um, but with global warming, maybe we won't have to worry about that so much anymore, huh? But that comes with other issues we'll have to deal with. But yeah, we need to address that situation. And now that I'm getting older, like a friend, I said, well, aren't you concerned with global warming? And it's like, well, I'll be dead in 20, 30 years or whatnot. And I could look at it that way too. But, what about our children and our grandchildren and our, for me, it would be nieces and nephews and all that. Yeah, we got to be concerned with what we leave for other people. And it's not like, yeah, let's burn coal like nobody's business and go crazy. Hey, there's good jobs in creating that green climate and whatnot. All right, so got some sleep. Now, this is something I've wanted to do for a little bit, but the Kentucky Derby is always, this is a huge USA event, and last year it was postponed. They didn't have it the first Saturday in May. They had it like Labor Day weekend. But anyways, I bought an infield ticket. It was $80. Then with the fees and whatnot, it came to $87. And I got them. Just an infield. I want to walk around kind of a thing. So my order is complete. And I got a Ticketmaster thing. And I didn't get any. Oh, man, we'll check out the prices here for the grandstand and stuff. Yikes. Yeah, check this out. This is on Ticketmaster. Kind of starting at $545. So, yeah, that's past my budget range. And it just goes up from there. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're not going full capacity, whether it's 50, one-third, whatever. But I got an infield seat, or infield standing room kind of thing. That's my QR code, and they said you can't scan that or print that and then try to go to the gate and use it, so don't even try. They're going to take it off my phone. But, yeah, so for $87 plus some change or whatnot, yeah, I'm going to the Derby. Cool. Looking forward to it. I got vaccinated. I got the one-dose one, the Johnson & Johnson, at the Dearborn Performing Arts Center off of Michigan Avenue. All right, now this, I was going to check out a few things, but I was just driving up Rosa Parks Boulevard. I was familiar with this park here, and there's a historical marker, so we're going to check that out. Back in July in 1967, they had a little incident here on July 23rd. Yikes. And that changed Detroit for, well, since I've been, I was born in 1960. Yeah, the age of reason or whatever, I remember asking my parents, what's a riot? I couldn't comprehend what the hell a riot was. But, my parents would certainly watch on the news and see Detroit burning. And so as a 7-year-old kid, I'm wondering, well, what the hell is that all about? But that certainly changed the trajectory and the perception of the city. Well, you got to do some speed reading there. But they made it into a nice park. This is where the riots started, in this neighborhood. And all those businesses were burned down or torn down or whatnot in the ensuing years. We have a park to show for it, the Gordon Park, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. They got some nice big rocks. And you can get here by bus, which is cool. And if you believe in Detroit, and a lot of people are doing that, there's like a little book shelter thing there that you can get books. And wherever you bloom, the dandelions are blooming now, but it don't matter what's going on. It's all important. Read this. This is kind of neat. I am somebody. I may not look like everybody, but I am somebody. And then, speed read there. But, I like that. I like that. And it kind of caught me, just walking around. The place next door is getting fixed up. You can see new windows from Weather King. And you see this a lot in Detroit. People rehabbing older homes that in some cases even look like they were too far gone. But look at this. I saw these people from afar, and I'm going to myself, what the hell's going on there? I got to check this out. Anyways, look at the nice sidewalks they did here. Some of the homes here are solid. Here's the one we just looked at with the new windows. This building, I'm not quite sure who owns it, but they got new Pella windows. And so you always see bits of hope and promise all over the place. It used to be you had to look for it, but now stuff jumps out at you. This is the way this neighborhood looked back in the day before the riots. But this was a church. Now it's been repurposed. I've seen this building before because I've been to this park several years, and I saw what was up with this. This is the first time I saw it actually open. This was so cool. It's a church that's been repurposed. And it's built like a brick shit house. Most churches are. Here I was looking for the name, but it says here we're open. So that's cool. It's kind of a dead giveaway when you see people hanging out and stuff, but it looks like they got a nice picnic area, a deck, and look at this, Motor City Match. Oh, I want to talk to the owners on this stuff. They have plenty of properties around the city, and they help people out in order to start their business and so forth. And so these people jumped on an awesome building, and they made it into a coffee house, restaurant, bar, but a repurposed church. So this was on Friday, April 23rd, and already some people were enjoying the nice afternoon sunshine. You got the stained glass windows. I'm casing the joint out, but pretty sure and pretty soon I'm going to swing around and we'll take a peek inside. Here's looking at the alley, though. You can see way down there. People next door like basketball. This house probably wouldn't have been refurbished or rehabbed, but it's right next to the restaurant here. I'd like to know when this house was built. Look at the brickwork above the windows. So this is the back side of the church and the alley. But I like to do a 360 and see what I'm dealing with and what the neighborhood's like. And there's video surveillance. Yeah, I'm not worried about checking me out. I'm checking out the neighborhood and seeing, hey, what's happening here? What's the good news? So the Gordon Park is right across the street. And this is an old church pew. So they have this kind of like a seating area or waiting area outside. But look at all the nice picnic tables. And as luck would have it, yes, they're open today. And they're open till 9. So this is, I'm a newbie. Like, this is virgin territory for me. I stepped inside. And here's some nice stained glass. Then the community, you got to be part of that. So this congregation, they got the community billboard. Cool. And then they have a QR code. So you might be able to scan this one. Don't scan the Kentucky Derby. That one, I don't want you to use my ticket and then I go there and say, sorry. But that's technology. Here, but look at they have coffee there. I don't know if that's their big thing. I was thinking about, breakfast, I was thinking of getting something to eat, but I didn't know how long they would be. They have pancakes, really cool. BLT sandwich. Then I got the Devil's Margarita. I felt, what a great name for a drink, certainly in a place like this. Okay, in the basement, then that's where the restrooms are. But I place my drink order, and then I'm waiting. But here I'll just be part of the congregation, a kick-ass fan. and some nice lighting, and even they have some ventilation ductwork in the back that does its thing. But yeah, what a kick-ass like church, and repurposed. Yeah, so rather than tearing it down and stuff, this is so cool. They have I don't know if this is the original pipe organ. It probably is. Why would you move it? Is that kick-ass or not? You just can't buy something like that with the organ. This is so cool. It was closed indoor for seating because of the COVID crisis. They were telling people enjoy yourself outdoors, but they didn't want you sitting down inside here. But yeah, the front part, they prepare the food and your drinks. And then here's the deck looking outside. They even have like a children's area here. So if you bring the kids and stuff, they can do their thing. You could watch them inside. Then, I don't know how this worked. They have a lot of restaurants do this where they present artwork from a certain artist. And I was looking to see if this stuff was for sale or not, but I did not see any prices. But the artist had poetry and all that. It was super cool, but the stuff might be for sale. But look at the picnic tables. If it's a beautiful day, why not? And then people bring their pets out here, so it's pet friendly. Which is neat. A lot of people enjoy the time with their pets, so why not? Here, looking at the organ, you have to be talented. Oboe, chamber, 8. I know, harmony, flute, swell, something. Great at octados. Yeah, and then you even got more button. You have to really be good look, and then you got to play all these pedals. Egads. So a lot of people have a good brain. Their brain is trained, or they train their brain that they can handle all the various things. Look at this. This model built in 1904. That's kind of neat. I don't know if it's operational or not. Probably needs to get tuned. They got the old church pews. I was enjoying this because I was exploring stuff, and I always like that virgin experience. The first time is usually the best, or the one you'll probably remember the most. It's you're seeing something for the first time. It's all brand new. So there's Gordon Park. There's a young lady with the skateboard. There were other people playing in the park. This is the Devil's Margarita, so it was well worth the wait. You got to clean up after yourself. The place next door had a cool smokestack or chimney. And there's the playground there, so they have a slide. You can park your bike and lock it up over there, too. And it looks like they're going to have a nice garden, which, who would have ever thunk when I was younger that I'd get into the gardening thing and stuff. But I like the nature aspect. Here, there's a dog and stuff. Yeah, so you can order food and then hang out with your dog. You can get here by bus. That's Claremont there running east-west. Again, that historical marker. But there's a nice platform, a stage, so you could have a community thing where people wanted to talk about what's happening in the hood, and then you could speak out to the audience here. How cool would that be? Yeah, this is a nice park. This is well done. And to think that the riots were back here in 1967, so things are starting to come full circle now. And this congregation is really neat. And then this house is going to get redone. Look at that chimney. Kick ass. All right, well, the real reason I came out this way is I was going to check out an apple orchard. But when I checked out the map, they talked about tiny homes. And so here, tiny homes on Rosa Parks. And I said, yeah, I got to see what this is all about. Because, we have all here Marvin windows. they have all those McMansions and stuff, and everybody thinks bigger is better and stuff. But hey, as far as affordability and whatnot, look at they got solar panels too. That is really neat. But people do up their homes and decorate. They got the lawn decorations there. Every one of these is a unique design, and this was virgin territory too. I was all excited. I'm going, wow, I like this concept. I mean, it would be pittance to keep those homes warm because they're small like that, and you don't have a lot of bunch of crap that you're going to store and keep. You got to have that kind of mindset that you live within your means. So you won't see any garages out here. No garages, and no fences. So it's kind of like a community thing, a communal thing. I don't know. I'm sure people have pets. I don't know if they tie them on a pole or something like that, or they just walk their dogs or what. But I'm sure they do. So there's like a couple of blocks of these homes, and this one's kind of small, but it forces to kind of do the minimal thing. And I think the younger generation is kind of getting it now. It's not like, who has the most toys wins. It's like who has the most fun wins. If you go about and enjoy life and you have great experiences and you travel and you meet people and you enjoy meals, well, who cares if you have a 3,000 square foot 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom house with 3 baths and a pool in the back. Who gives a rat's ass, But see, look at the conversation or the conservation, the rainwater. Now I don't know if that just drains, or we'll see on the other side. They got like the rain bucket thing there, so people have to be more eco-friendly here, having respect for everybody's religion and what they believe in. Lord knows, there's so much different belief systems out there. Who's to know which one's the right one? Here they did some deconstruction there, but then you swing around. This is the north end, so here's another sign. There's a phone number if you want to jot that down. You got the address, and you even have a website. So if you're having questions and you say, well, you didn't talk about this or that, there you go. You can get the info you need. They got room to expand. They got a few more blocks they can do this, and this could be replicated throughout the city. So the Fisher Building, that's always a good building to get your bearings. Now there's a social services place here, so they probably help people that need some help. But then check out this building, and there's so many of these apartment houses in Detroit. This one, Woodrow Wilson and Elmhurst, the Arthur Anderson. But the details, there's so many of these buildings. They're built like brick shit houses. They got so much detail, and I don't know what they're charging like for rents and stuff, but it's sweet. But we have to look and see what's things that you can rally around in Detroit. There's going to be plenty of other empty lots and so forth, or dilapidated buildings that need to be torn down or repurposed. But certainly this is a keeper right here. You keep this one. Cool. It is kick-ass. It is solid. Yeah, I was impressed. And here's another tiny home. Look at this with the stone fireplace thing. How neat is that? Oh, yeah. I like the mindset. Okay, now the original thing, I was going to check out the apple orchard. And so I got bonus with the tiny homes and then also the congregation. I didn't expect either of those. So it's like, but I parked the vehicle here, the Ford Focus, and I'm going to check out and look. They got like a nursery and a garden. But there's some work that needs to be done in the neighborhood. Some of these homes might need to be torn down. But I think this was the lady there. And then there's the apple orchards with their blossoms. And so they reached out to the community and said, hey, can we have some help? And so they put these like 40-gallon barrels and put them out there and had fires. So when we had that frost freeze a while back, well, I wonder if that was when the snow was bad. But look, you can even have more apple orchards over here. There's plenty of places in Detroit where it's just somebody to come up with an idea, have a vision. Here's looking back into the orchards. So hopefully the apple trees, people gave to them to help them. Hopefully maybe they give some apples to some of their neighbors. All right, I did a circle, and there's where I parked. And I'm going to switch tapes here and get to the second version. This is old school, so some people might say this is not too high tech. Well, it's really not, but this is what I'm comfortable with, so that's the way I roll. But so there'll be a blue screen for a little bit. I guess I can talk through. Look at some of the land here. This property is even for sale. It's just vacant blocks, and then this kick-ass, big-ass church, it's boarded up right now, but you could repurpose that church. That's quite a big church. That would make for a huge restaurant, but maybe it can be repurposed into something else. This building, I think, is too far gone, but anyways, I'm just checking out the hood a little bit while I'm in the area. What a nice school. It's an elementary, Thurkel. Yeah. Okay, and that's the end. Okay, I got to switch tapes here. No big deal. But yeah, I did buy a all-digital camcorder, but I'll have to play with that later. I like the old school. Okay, press play. Okay. Here we go. Dearborn Heights, 36 degrees. And this is the football-inspired bridge for the Super Bowl. You see the footballs up top? So this was Monday, April 26th, and finally, I'm going to take care of it. It started with the stone chip there, but immediately started going across. And a few months ago, it completed its mission and went all the way across. Certainly right in my line of sight, but it completed things. So finally, I said, okay, we're going to go to Auto 1. I called around and whatnot, did the 3 quotes and whatnot, but I stopped and I dropped it off and then said, hey, I'll give you guys some time to work on it. I could have gotten it done here at National Auto Glass, but I decided to take a spin down Dix Avenue, or Dix Highway, in a southerly direction. And you can get here by bus. But, yeah, I'm going to, while they're replacing my windshield, I figure I got a little time to kill. I'm going to just take a stroll, get some exercise, and get breakfast if I can. Anyways, I'm looking down here. There's no sidewalk on this side of the road, but I'm blazing a trail. Other people, I can tell, have cut through here already, just tell them by the grass. So here I'm going south. And I-75, that's what I've come across here. They're the railroad tracks. Here's your entrance ramp to I-75. But yeah, it's not walker friendly or whatnot here. I'm going to have to jump the guardrail. Now the other side of the street's much better. They have a sidewalk, but this side, if you don't know better, you're kind of being a investigator or a scout kind of thing. You're blazing your own trail. There's a bunch of these cement pillars, but yeah, this is I-75 that I'm walking under here now. So a lot of commerce and a lot of activity, a lot of traffic going on right above me. But yeah, quite the interchange. When it comes to roads and stuff, we're really good with roads. But we have to do some of the other infrastructure, like rail. But we're getting better now with the bike lanes. And we're looking at alternative things, a little bit of mass transportation, a little more. All right, there's a little shoulder here, but then it's back to the grass. So they have a park and ride. Yeah, so I'm just killing time, really. So I'm going to check out the neighborhood. London and Dix. But we're not in England. Now, you can get here by bus, the 8:30 downriver. And look at, that'll take you right downtown. I'm going to head down to the Mire and even go a little further. I'll go all the way to the North Line. But the bus will take you even more. I started noticing all sorts of places that could do the windshield. There's a lot of nice businesses on Dix. A lot of commercial businesses and the restaurants. Maybe I should almost take a survey. There's a bunch of car washes. This one has little trees, and they come in various scents, which is kind of neat. New car scent, strawberry, black ice, vanilla Roma, and coconut. And then they got Armor All, super blue truck towel, and even a performance in a pouch. That's what I need. So here at high pressure, you got to just squeeze the trigger. You know, I do my car wash a lot of times using those places. Yeah, if you're quick, for $2, you can pretty much get the whole kit and caboodle, and you're good to go. Here's some small artillery. This looks like a fairly new model. And, well, there's a lot of traffic here on Dix. I'm trying to get the Zamboni in action here, but the traffic, I don't know if you can see through all that. But, yeah, that's it. And look, it's like a front-end loader or front-end unloader. Kind of like lifts up, dumps the snow out, and then, yeah, it retracts. Amazing. I've always thought, you know, I used to go back in the day to a lot of Red Wing games at Joe Louis Arena, and I thought, yeah, when I get older, I could see myself being like the Zamboni driver. I could do that. But, yeah, that looks like fun. Okay, well, here I'm still heading south. I'm going to head to Southgate through the city of Lincoln Park. They got a puff factory here. And I made it to the Myers. This is a shopping center or grocery store that I think does quite well. The location is good. As is the Kroger. Kroger does a knock-up business. We'll see that in a little bit because I'll head back northbound. It's 35 degrees still. It's like crap. I dressed for it. I knew it was going to be cold, but look this. They got, I don't know what recreational fuel is, to be honest with you. 90 octane. This is what I'd be interested in, racing fuel. Pump number 15. And it's a little higher per gallon. It's 799.9 a gallon. But here we go. It's 110 octane. So you get what you pay for. You like that high octane stuff. Well, yeah, I like the high octane with not just a regular coffee, but with the cappuccino and the French vanilla. I love that. It's probably got calories in it, though, right? So they got a crispy kitchen, chicken place, chicken kitchen, and so they got cool lighting, and yeah, so they got welcome race bands and all kinds of racing. But this is the slot car, but I don't know if they're open. Things with the COVID and whatnot, it's kind of thrown a monkey wrench in a whole bunch of things. Lincoln Park Water Works gate. So if you have the key, get in there. There's some of those purple flowers, and this is the E-Course. You know, back in my neighborhood, they call it the E-Course Creek, but here I think we can get away and say it's the E-Course River. But yeah, so I'm crossing the E-Course River now, and it's the CM Bar. They were being sold. I don't know if they got new owners or not. All right, well, I'm in Southgate now. Shotmakers, it's a sports bar and grill. And then we'll see that guy in action. But there's a trailer park here, yeah. As a kid, I used to love watching just, any heavy artillery in action going through the neighborhood. And that certainly included garbage trucks. But yeah. Yeah, taking care of business every day. But yeah, Value World, I'm wondering if that was a bowling alley at one time. Bowling alleys always had that kind of curvature to the roof. And you can get here by bus. Yeah, the 160 to Trenton.
Yeah, I like taking the bus.
I was talking with this lovely lady here for a spell, and she hopped on the bus. Plenty of businesses along Dix. Now, some of the businesses are vacant, and there's place to lease and all that. Here, look, they're hiring $11. Everybody's hiring, it seems. And if you want to shoot your guns, or I don't know if you can get like an AK-47, they'll let you shoot one of theirs. Just practice out. Practice for your next mass killing or whatever you want to use a weapon like that to shoot your deer or whatnot. I don't know. There's a limit to everything where you got to draw the line and say, okay, enough of this. Oh, yeah, let's just be happy, right? Here, another purple tree. And it's blooming really cool. And then Toledo. So I don't know if at Northline, instead of calling it Dix, at Northline they start calling it Toledo. And then some places it's Toledo Dix. It's like, okay, make up your mind. Here you got a 4-leaf clover. Here, checking out the fire hydrants. This one, they're red. I think these ladies like me. They had that look in their eyes. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, a lot of fast food places. There's a few no-tell motels. Here's one. And some of these might be long-term places. Netherwood. I love some of the city names. I'm still here in Southgate. Coming soon. They got a thing. They got them sorted by colors. So yeah, I'm heading northbound back. I figure they only told me it would take about an hour and a half to get the windshield done. Here, look, a neighborhood community watch. So if you see anybody wearing an outfit like that, call the police right away. A black cape, a black hat. I'm thinking about wearing that for a Halloween costume. I thought about that for a couple of years. That would be an easy costume to make. And then you could make a button that has that little cross through it saying, no criminals, just the orange line. All right, well, they have the Lighthouse Full Gospel Church here. But they were doing some work up on the roof. They were making a little bit of noise. You can always hear when roofers are in action, the noise carries. But here the Ecorse River, and apparently people do shopping in the river. I don't know what was up. So there was one shopping cart right there in the middle. That does nothing for creating good flow for the river. Here's another one. And here's another one. This one's on land. I don't know if people shop and then they come down here and hang out. I don't know if that was a muskrat or what. Just saw it dive in and then it surfaced. Is that a muskrat? Maybe it's just a regular rat. I don't know. But they have some of the sewer drains that feed into here. And we have to worry about the water runoff because flooding is a big issue with the Ecorse River and the creek. And I've been showing a lot of video lately. In Allen Park, there's some bridges there that don't allow for good flow of the water, so they actually act like dams. So then the water overflows, and then you have the flooding, and people deal with flooded basements and all that. Okay, we're on it. Trust me, I'm following this. I'm on the war path. So, anyways, look, they got a full menu all day. It was still a little earlier, but they have room for people to pull up. Exploring, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just like, when you drive in a car, you see all these places, but you just get quick snippets and say, okay, I know that, or whatever. But when you walk it, you have more time to take a deep breath and really take it all in. So, look, they got a food bank coming up. And this is the community center. So they have a picnic area and nice grassy area. Nice mature trees. This is a huge park. So this is kind of almost like a Chamber of Commerce thing for the city of Lincoln Park a little bit, but I like Lincoln Park. I live in Dearborn Heights, but don't get me wrong, I could live anywhere in the Downriver area and probably feel quite satisfied. I can't live everywhere, but yeah, I've always liked Lincoln Park. It's the crossroads of Downriver. I think that's the Zamboni guy. He's doing some work on the ice along the edges there. This is the big pile, but it's melting, and of course it's springtime, so yeah, 40 degrees, so it'll take a little bit. But it's an active ice hockey program and the like in the city of Lincoln Park. And this, if you have kids, this is a nice park that kids can play with these artistic things and climb through them and whatnot. Searching for my lost shaker of salt. I've never done that before, but maybe it's a thing. We play dirty and stay wicked. Wow. So, well, a Jeep would play dirty, certainly. They like getting in the mud. I don't know, a Trump fan, no, I tend to defer. And if someone else out there is not a big Trumpster, well, you're not alone. I think he was the most divisive, inept, corrupt president like ever. So, yeah, I'm not a Trumpster. So, this is kind of the progressive part of the show. I know there's a lot of conservatives out there, but I'm sorry. Good price for oil there, $14.95. But you have the disposal fees and whatnot. It still comes up to 20 or 22 or whatever, but still not a bad price. So I've done it there before. I've patronized many of businesses along Dix Avenue. Where's the Dix Highway? Geez, I'm going to even have to look now. Here, another nice purple tree. This is a 4-unit apartment. But yeah, I love these purple trees. All right, Junction 75. And you head north and you'll get to Detroit. Yes. Here's another mobile home. This one's in Lincoln Park. The other one we saw was in Southgate. So Detroit, one way to Detroit. Head that way. And yeah, Detroit's on a comeback. This is exciting to see what's happened. In my twilight years, I'm going to see Detroit make a comeback. Look at this, the sidewalk. So they have it on this side. So if you're thinking of walking along Dix, use the eastern side of Dix and you'll have that sidewalk. You get the nice view of the columns there. This is the railroad bridge. It's pretty active rail line. And if you got tired and needed to take a rest, you could do that. There's a mattress right there. But yeah, the sidewalk crosses over. And there's the Salvation Army. And so a little more pedestrian activity here on this side with the sidewalk. They have a plasma place. I never knew how that kind of worked out. If that's just like giving blood and then they separate it later. How they're looking for the white blood cells. Oh, I need to school myself a little bit. Here, looking at the train tracks that rounds the bend over there. This is mile 40.2 from the Ohio border. All suspicious persons. Yeah. So you need that little red circle with the crosshatch thing and make a button. But what a cheap Halloween costume that would be. You know, go as that suspicious character like, oh my gosh, call the police. The home of the rail splitters. What a kick-ass nickname. And look, one of America's best high schools. I don't know what year they refurbished it and redid it, but they spent some money upgrading the school building and whatnot, plus the athletic facilities. And I like the arches. This is old school, and this is similar to where I went to school at Etzel Ford High School. So I'm dollars to donuts. It's the same architect because they got that kind of arches. But here they got a cool scoreboard, and that was back when the Rail Splitters had an incredible losing streak. They're in the Downriver League, which is very competitive. But, yeah, they had a losing streak, so ESPN featured them. And then they finally won. I don't know what the losing streak was for the football. I'm going to have to look. It was 70 or 80 games in a row they had lost. And I saw the game where they broke their losing streak, and it was just incredible. Here's a planetarium kind of thing. And what high school has this kind of thing? Lincoln Park is really unique like that. For football games, they would open that thing up, and they could show you the stars. It was, like, really cool. The guy that runs the place, you know, was like, yeah, check out the telescope. You can see this then. Oh, it's like, holy crap. You could go to a high school football game and then check out the stars in the planetarium and stuff. You know, check out the moon or whatnot. And the other planets if you want, whether the cloud action, you know, wasn't too thick. It's like, yeah, all at a football game. And usually the football games cost $5 for an adult. Very affordable. All right, well, I'm crossing the rail tracks here. They got the white picket fence, which is nice. Somebody got this as a relic. This was on top of some kick-ass building, you know, but they picked it up somewhere and they got it in their front yard. The Star, Detroit Stars, and that's what we need in Detroit. We need more Detroit Stars. It's happening. It's starting. It's already started. All right, we've got about 6 minutes left maybe. I can't call the action as fast as I'm seeing it here, though. There's an exchange park, and it's so the kids they have a nice little, they got a slide and things they can climb, and another curly Q slide. Okay, Auto 1. So I dropped it off just after 8, and it's noon. They only told me a couple hours, so I'm thinking, okay, I can pick this up. But I said, hey, let's head north on Dix up to Southfield. So the tour is not over. Now there's a Taco Bell here, but only the drive-thru is open. And I was wondering if this was like a 2-story jobby do. I've never been inside. But the indoor dining is closed. Checkers, yeah, it's like a fast food row. Any kind of number of food that you would want, except Pizza Hut. They closed. It's available. Savvy Sliders, that's fairly new. Okay, I made it up to Southfield, M39. This certainly a big drag through the city. Then, well, this is a big drag right now for the city of Lincoln Park. What to do with the Sears property? I mean, that's a huge opportunity, but they shouldn't just dilly-daddle with that. They need to figure that out. That's a huge urban planning situation that, if done properly and done correctly, will put Lincoln Park on the map again, or double up. I mean, they're already on the map, but I mean, make it a destination place. But yeah, this Lincoln Park shopping center, the Sears was like the last holdout or until they went out of business, kind of. But yeah, they had the anchor store, but then they had a bunch of auxiliary shops that made a little U shape or whatever around, but they tore down a lot of this. Here it says, even the big boy, it says open, but that I don't believe is true, because here's the big boy. And he's got his nice double-deck hamburger. I like the big boy. It's just, times have changed. You got to kind of figure it out. But yeah, no cars here. It's lunchtime. It's all closed up. They're proud to be American. That's cool. But yeah, this is a huge opportunity. I want to know what's going to happen here. Now hiring tools and appliance department. Park Motel. Here's the phone number. 300,000 square feet, 23 acres. I don't even know if that's the full thing. It might even be more than that. But there's the phone number. That's the number I should call to see what the hell's going on with this place. This is a huge thing. Then they got Tijuana's Mexican restaurant. The neighborhood's changing. It used to be a lot of Mexicans like in Southwest Detroit, Verner and Clark Park area. But yeah, a lot of the Mexican folk are moving more downriver, and so it's nice. Quan Park here, home of Little League. And then read this thing. They got the seal of Charter County of Wayne. And then we have the seal here for the city of Lincoln Park. This is a nice park, but it's somewhat underutilized. They need to tie this in with the Sears thing. Look at Meyer put up some money for the nice scoreboards, so that's always good when you have local businesses putting things in for local things. Check this out. Please remember, these are kids. This is a game. Coaches volunteer. Yeah, read. Yeah. Some people get way overboard on some things, All right, well, I'm looking at that orange wall again, and it looks like they fixed the crack. I don't see it anywhere. It used to be right in my line of sight from one end to the other. So, yeah, the windshield repair. Hey, job well done. Thumbs up. So now it's only up to 45 degrees, so it didn't really warm up that much. Well, I needed to get some gas. Gas on Dick's, you have plenty of gas stations, and the gas is affordable. 265.9. I wish they'd get away from the .9. There's the website again, det.com. Don't forget the dot. You got to put the dot in there. So that's the windshield. I don't know if that's foreign made or where that is, but yeah, I'm good to go. All right. Well, we might have a little bit of the pink moon, and then I'm going to, here's the pink moon. It's a super moon. They call it the pink moon because some flowers would bloom around in April that looked pinkish or whatnot. But they say it's a super moon. It's closer in the orbit. Officially, the moon was later, I think a day later. I think it's maybe 99% illumination now. Or wait a second. I keep taking pictures of the moon. Maybe I got it right. Full illumination was on the 26th at 11:33 p.m. Yeah, looks pretty round to me. And, and it gets super and brighter and bigger when I pull back from the zoom. Okay, yeah, April 26th. Okay, so it's just like an hour away from now would be like super duper. And, yeah, almanac.com. I love this website. Gives you all the info on the sunrise, sunset, the moonrise, moonset, all number of things. Man, we didn't have the internet back in the day when I was a kid. This is just amazing. You get all this technology at your fingertips. And, well, this is on my laptop, but, these young whippersnappers do it on their phone. Anyways, folks, thanks for watching. Have a great evening, good weekend, whatever the case may be. Good night.